Hello everyone and welcome to ILR6 here in Mexico. My name is Alfie. I'll be covering for whoever the usual commentator is. I'm not actually too sure. I think it's Leon. So I'll be covering for Leon today. Here we are at Mexico at the Mexican Grand Prix, obviously from Mexico. But yeah, halfway through qualifying, I was just finishing my tea, so that's why the stream started a little bit later than it usually would. But anyway, the action on track is happening thick and fast. We just got Sippy going P1 by less than half temp, so look like a close grid. I don't know much about ILR6, I don't really know anything, so this will be a new experience for me. I'm not too familiar with many of these drivers, so I'm not too sure who is on the pace and who is, you know, a midfielder, back marker, but it'll be a little bit of a learning experience for us all. But yeah, so dry at the minute. I assume it'll be a dry race. It's what tyres everyone's on, because that could give us an indication. Some softs and some mediums, and also some hards sprinkled in there. So a very varied spread of tyre choices for this grid so far. But there's still 8 minutes to go, so expect times and tyres to change. Who is on a hot lap? I'm not 100% sure. That's definitely not a hot lap. Can we find someone? Is Patuca 5 tenths up, so we'll stick on board with him. See what he can do on this medium lap. So a bit about the circuit. It's a very fast first sector with only one major braking zone into turn 1. And the second sector, technical, a lot of fast changes as you can see now. A left, right, right, left. Or yeah, sorry, a left, right, left. Right, left in that middle sector. I didn't see what he was. And then we've got the stadium section of the third sector. It misses apex a bit there, or gets late apex. Not ideal, but what can he do? Out the final corner, pretty bad on the traction. We saw Valtteri Bottas, you know, binning into the outside wall. And where's this going to put him? It was P13 up to P6. Only 9 tenths off. Not far on the mediums. I'm not too sure what the delta is around here, like in the comparison for the mediums to the softs. Don't know how far off the mediums are, but I mean that's a bit of a funny line. 2.2 seconds down. So that's not a competitive lap there from the Ferrari. This is not going to be a competitive lap. Not a competitive lap. So I think we're reaching the calm before the storm now. Most people will be pitting or on an in lap. But Koala. P2 at the minute, less than half temp off pole. On a set of softs early, so maybe going for 2 runs. It's a bit overcast as we can see the pit lane getting very busy with some drivers coming out. And size mix, I'm going to assume that's how you say that. Sorry about if I pronounce anything wrong. Is a 10th up, so looking for an improvement on their lap. 1.2 seconds up, so maybe looking for a 15, which would be able to get him into the top 5. All we need is a clean last sector in medium ERS, so I'm not too sure why. Now into hot lap, but look how much ERS is going to have spare. Coming across the line, what's this going to be? Is it going to be a 15? It's going to be a 15.7, enough for P4. Still half a second, over half a second away from provisional pole, so a lot of times fine. For everyone outside the top 2, a lady, Aladi, I'm not too sure, is a few tenths up. Like a little bit of a corner cut. Let's see what's going to happen through this last corner. It's going to be a 16.3, not too bad. There's some yellows. Not too sure what's going on there, but Sippy about to start lap. Koala's on his lap to see if he's up in the first sector. And 10 hundredths down, or 100th down, sorry. Sippy not close to that first set split yet, so we'll stick on board with Koala for a little bit. In overtake, might want to go into hot lap through this part of the track. Sippy get a bit of traffic and running wide, that's not going to be ideal. It's a bit slow. Don't think this is going to be the lap. 1300 up though, 13,000 up. Into the stadium section, that would be enough to get the gap below 100th. If we can find a 30,000th improvement, but I think it's been alright last sector, so maybe this could be provisional pole. It is by over a tenth. Sippy looks to be track extending all over the place, 2 tenths down anyway, so it's not going to matter. Heavy T is on a good lap, 3 tenths up. Needs to find a few more tenths in the last sector if he wants to be challenging for that front row. Misses apex a little bit coming out the final corner. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a low 15? 15.2, 2 tenths off still. Who else is on the lap? Giroux's just starting the lap. Joey's pitting. JTX. Don't think this lap is going to be challenging the top of the timesheets. Well, I might be wrong. It's not going to be, but it's enough for P7. Speed Iceman 8 tenths up. Still at the last set to go. Out of ERS already. That's not going to be good for the run to the line. What's it going to do for Speed Iceman? It's going to be a 15.8 P5. So the two McLarens currently occupying 4th and 5th. This is good from Nipro. Going to be about 6 or 7 tenths up. 9 tenths up. Wow. So this could be a provisional pole lap from Nipro Racing. Climbing through the stadium section, gets his apex nice. Good full throttle through there. Now the final corner has to be semi-decent, and this should be provisional pole for Nipro Racing. It's going to be a mid-14. Whoa, smashes everybody. Wow, incredible. Oh, people have got to hurry up if they want to get out in time. Who's on the lap? Is JTX on the lap? No, nearly 3 seconds down. I don't think many people are on the lap anymore. They're all going to either be out laps or cool down laps. I'm not too sure, Dan. I don't normally commentate over this league, so I don't know anything really much about the championship or who is quick. So the final run's about to begin. Sippy has called it a day. Koala's not going to make it out in time. I think most people are already retiring, so maybe we might have a timing glitch. But a lot of people calling it there, not going to go again. And Mr. Sneaky is done, I think. A lady's on a lap, an out lap. Joe's on a lap, so a very anticlimactic end to this qualifying session by the looks of it. Joe is a 10th up at the minute, so maybe look for a top 10. Bit wide there, that's not going to be ideal. Good lap so far. Very good, that was good. Oh, that might be invalid though. Is anyone else on a lap? All size mixes, but he's going to get held up. So what can Joe do? Comes to the line. It was a 15 dead, so it would have been enough for P3. Actually, Koala's gone P2. I didn't see that. Sorry about that. I haven't noticed till now. But Patuka's 7 tenths up, so maybe that's going to be invalid though. If it's not invalid, he's got away with one there. And he hasn't got away with one. It is invalid. So, Giroux needs to gain 9 points on Nitro, or Nitro wins the title. So we could potentially have a title-winning race. And OMG Prix is here. He's going to end off this qualifying session with maybe that, but could potentially get into the top 10. I think it will, and I think it did. So, very exciting if we do see a title, or 11th, if we do see a title win today. So, your pole sitter is Nitro Racing by 6.5 tenths, incredible. And Koala in P2, Sneaky PT in 3rd, Sipye 4th, Heavy T 5th, Seismic, why have I got hiccups? Sorry about that. Speed Iceman 7th, JTX 8th, Patuka 9th, and Giroux, the man who's fighting for the championship, in P10 on the soft tyres, and Patuka is on the mediums. Not the closest qualifying, 1.8 covering the top 10. I'd like to see it maybe a little bit closer, but as long as the racing's good, it doesn't really matter. So it looks dry here today for the Mexican Grand Prix. I'm sure nerves will be at a increased level in the paddock. As we wait for our drivers to select their strategies and what they're going to do for this Mexican GP. I think it might be a 2-stopper if there are drivers on the mediums, soft, sorry. So 6 points is what Giroux needs, not 9. Thank you, Dan, for the information. But we'll get the formation lap underway, and there's not very many cars on the formation lap at the moment. They're all starting to appear now, though. Looks like everyone's there. There's only about 3 cars on the formation lap at the beginning. Let's see what tyres everyone's gone for, though. Oh, that's not it. Tyres, so obviously the top 10 starting on what they qualified on. But then we've got everyone outside the top 10 except for Bray in 11th and Scott in 17th on the soft. And then we have Bray has decided the mediums, Scott on the hards. So them two clearly going long. So we only actually have 3 runners not on the soft tyres. So it'll be interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on them for the first 10 or so laps of this race. It is a long race, 36 laps, a short lap here at the Autodrome Hermanos Rodriguez. But Nitro, with the added pressure of the title, hasn't they get to him in qualifying with a dominant pole lap? I'm sure he will be excited and nervous at the same time. But Giroux as well, he's going to be feeling the pressure. Needs to beat Nitro, really does need to win this race. But P10 is not where you want to be if you want to be winning. But obviously it's a very long run down to turn 1. I think it's almost a mile. The longest run to turn 1 of any race on the calendar. So there is plenty of opportunity for action before we even get to the first braking zone. So the cameras are going to be on Nitro Racing and Giroux as they come to line up for the Mexican Grand Prix. Only 4 rounds left of this ILR6 season. What is going to happen in the penultimate rounds of this season? But the lights are going to come on anytime soon. So the lights are on now. It's 3, it's 4, it's 5 red lights here in Mexico. And it's lights out, and where we got a bit of a wheel spinny start there from the Alfa Romeo, sorry. But it seems to be alright, he's kept the lead. Nitro defending to the inside, the Haas of Koala all over the back, a horrible camera angle, but I think he's managed to defend it into turn 1. Yeah, the Haas doesn't really have an answer. Oh, there's contact! That is not good. Oh, that is a lot of damage for a lot of cars there. Oh, but that is also good for Giroud, who's up to P7. Oh, that's very bad. Let's have a look who was involved. Sipye at the back there. Huge crash. But Patuka, who started P9 on the medium tyres, is up to P5, so definitely start the race. As we have some more action going on here at the back. Lord Allen trying to get past JTX, and I think he's done so. All the two Ferraris side by side about to come to the SH, but they decide to sort it out between them before things get messy. Yellow's in sector 2. It's Scott who's pulled off. Don't know what's happened there. Maybe an issue for Scott. But safety car. Incredible. Safety car, wow. I haven't seen a safety car in a long time. Really exciting action here. Wow, that was a crazy start to the race. Has anyone decided to pit? Mr. Sneaky PT is in the pits. Maybe a few of these drivers will want to get rid of the softs now. Oh, Iceman's got a penalty. Yeah, a lot of drivers pitting. Is this for a front wing change? No, it's just for a tyre change. Joe into the pits as well. Is that for a front wing change? Yes, it is. Iceman for a front wing change as well. Ivor, he's going to be getting his nose cone replaced. And let's see who's going to come out in front. Obviously, it'll be Sneaky PT. As Joe has decided to go onto a set of softs. Interesting. Most other people have decided to go onto either mediums or hards, but a safety car here in ILR6. There's the Mercedes-Benz leading the way. Bert Mylander controlling the pace of this field. This just adds a bit more pressure now. Patuka up into P4. Let's have a look who's the biggest gainer on that first lap. So it was Patuka up 5. Scott up 7 after pulling off to the side. I think that was because of... That seemed a bit sideways there from Scott. I don't know if that was just a camera angle, but it looks a bit dodgy. And our biggest loser, Sipye, started up there, was battling for the lead coming into turn 1, but ended up spinning and getting T-boned by a few cars, which is never good to see. But let's hope that this safety car restart can give us some action, but also not too much drama. The lights are still on, so I'll be staying out at least one more lap. So this does shake up the strategy, and Seismic is deciding to pit. Is anyone else going to follow him? Doesn't look like it. So Seismic is going to lose out to all of these cars. Maybe he might get out ahead of Sipye. Let's have a look though. It's for another set of softs, which I think is a bit of a funny strategy call. Let's have a look who has pit. The top 9 are the only cars not to have pit. So nearly half of this field is pit, and we're only on lap 3. But not all for damage, which is good to see. And Ivor is back into the pits for a set of hard tyres. But look at this. This is something you like to see. A safety car. Used to get them back on F1 2016, but since then they've been a rarity. As long as everyone can keep it clean. I think it was Iceman that got a penalty for a bit of contact on the safety car. Oh, that's more contact there. That's going to be Joe with damage. That's not good to see. And I think Lord Allen might have got damage as well. Yep, he has. And the lady seems to be alright. Well, that wasn't very good on the safety car. Definitely could be cleaner. The safety car is going to come into this lights on board with Nit Pro, so we can see if the lights go off on the top of the car. They should go off when we enter the third sector, which is in about 150 metres. And the lights are on still, so I think we're going to be staying out another lap, which is good for Joe and Lord Allen, who will probably want to pit to fix that front wing. Patuka P3 now. Safety car in this lap, so I don't imagine it'll actually come in this lap. No, it won't. And this seems a bit funny. Let's hope the drivers don't get the wrong idea and start racing. And Joe picks up a penalty for speeding, and they're all going proper fast. but the safety car is still out. Oh, this is... Oh, be careful, be careful. Oh my days. So the safety car will be in this lap. A glitch in the game, which is never good to see. Hopefully Codemasters can make, a safety car viable option. I like the look of this Haas, because the 6 on the halo looks like a GG. Oh, Patuka getting a bit close to Heavy T. Don't touch him, Patuka. You've got into a very good position on the medium tyres. So's Bray. And they're all going so slow. What is going on? Why is that Alfa Romeo going so slow? He needs to speed up and catch up to the back of Bray. Everything else seems to be alright at the back. These two who have just pitted are going to want to catch up soon, as we're about to enter the final sector. Nick Pro will be in charge of the pace. How much is he going to want to back up this field? He doesn't seem to be backing them up much. Sticking right to the back of that Mercedes. And the safety car is in. And we're going to get racing again, and it's going to be very close into turn 1. There's going to be a lot of slipstreaming. But Nick Pro seems to have got away, and there's others up behind him, but the slipstream is going to be strong from the Mercedes and the Haas, who are going to slingshot their way towards him. What's going to happen? Let's go on board with the Renault, because he's going to get a good view. There's a bit of contact. Nick Pro seems to have held on, though. And he has. But Patuka looking to get P2 off Heavy T. What can Patuka do? I don't think he's going to be able to do too much on these medium tyres. And that was a dive bomb there from the Haas. All those yellows, and it's Lord Allen, I think. Oh no, ooh, where's that Ferrari gone? Oh, has he rejoined the track? Oh, not very safely. Oh, not very safely. Did, and that's Giroud round! The Championship Challenger round. That is not a good sight. And oh, there's even more stuff going on here. So much going on. All seismic at the moment, and there's cars everywhere, all over the track. What's going to happen down into the stadium section? Joe's going to try to go around. Oh, very close to contact. A lot is going on here. Oh, and that's the Ferrari round. That's a lady. Now, oh, there's more side by side. Oh, that's a Toro Rosso into the wall. Going to be pitting. Get rid of that damage. But what is happening towards the front? Is there any battles? No. And Speed Iceman going to try and outbrake Scott. And I think he's going to be able to on the soft tyres. But Nick Pro Racing managing to get a nice lead, and the hiccups are back. But it's a Haas 3-4 at the minute, and Patuka is looking in a very good position on the medium tyres. And Nick Pro does want to get this gap up a little bit so that when he pits he can try and get some clean air. 33 seconds behind Giroud to anybody. Patuka's not really falling off the back of Heavy T, and DRS is about to be enabled as the message should pop up soon. And the message is there. DRS is enabled, but I don't think they'll have it on this straight. Let's have a look at Mr. Sneaky. He's going to have a look. He is going to go around the outside. Heavy T already getting a penalty. That's not good for his race. So is Koala though. And Sneaky got the move done on Dion. But Dion maybe might come back, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. He's going to give it a go though. Ooh. And he has to cut the corner. He's going to get a penalty for that. There's a bit of a battle going on here between ILRGT, Joe and Seismic. Seismic on the soft tyres. So he's going to want to get past these two medium runners, and that's contact, and that forced India. Looked to be heading round, but it saved it. Good driving there from Joe. Patuka getting a penalty as well. So I think we're going to see a lot of penalties. And wow, great move there from Joe. Lord Alarm seemed to have a, I don't know, I think he might have damage. Yeah, he does. He has damage from the front left end plate. And Seismic's going to try and seize this opportunity. In fact, no, he hits him. That might be damage for Seismics as well. Might have got away with it though. A lady on the back of Jaruru. Now, DRS enabled for these guys. What can Koala do on the back of Patuka? Patuka on the slower tyres. Koala on the faster ones. Gonna have a run into turn one. Gonna be side by side. Who's gonna be the last of the late breakers? It's gonna be. Well, they both broke pretty much at the same time, but I think Patuka is gonna hold on to this position for now. Who's gonna have to DRS on this second straight? I think it might be Koala. And he does. Let's have a look at the telemetry, see what ERS is saying. Low on ERS is Koala, 27%. Patuka on a lot more. And there's Mr. Sneaky trying to get past the Mercedes of JTX. JTX doesn't give it up easily, but gets forced off. Hard but fair from Sneaky. It's probably his position. But now he's on the back of Brett, a fellow medium runner. But Sneaky's been gobbling up everyone on this this race so far. And a lady getting past Jaruru, so things go from bad to worse for Jaruru. He's going to want another safety car. So let's have a look at Koala. He's going to, I think he might be a bit too far back there. And Eyeball. These two going at it, the Toros and the Red Bull, the sister and the brother. Horrible camera angle, not the best. Forget that though, because Sneaky's going to go for a move on Bray, sorry. And I think he might have outbroke stuff, maybe a little bit. No, he's alright. But Bray should have the DRS, I think, or is not Sneaky's going to have it. That's that move sealed. Koala though, getting a good one on Patuka. He's going to be able to go down the inside. Oh, Patuka's up, bro. Koala cuts the corner massively. He's gone for the switchback. He might be able to get himself up the inside, but he's not quite going to be close enough. He's going to have to back out of that. This is allowing Heavy T and Nipro to pull away. A lady gets set in the fastest lap on the medium tyres. Very good from him. But here comes Mr. Sneaky, who's been showing some rapid pace so far on these yellow wall medium tyres. Seismix gets a penalty. Koala is all over the back of his teammate Patuka. 4/10. That's it. Patuka goes defensives. Koala's going to pull into the slipstream. Dion is deciding to pit already. We're only on lap 9. Just finished lap 9. Here comes Koala, going to dive down the inside. No, not going to be close enough. Sipi has left the session after retiring on the first lap. Sneaky doesn't really get a good run, and now he's going to be under pressure from Bray, who's going to have DRS. He might be able to get himself to the inside. No, they're both brake at pretty much the exact same time. So people struggling to get moves done, but here is Seismic and Joe. It's going to be side by side coming into the S section. Are either one of them going to give it up? No, they're going to stay side by side. And Scott is right on the back of this. And the Joe's in set 3. Is that a leader spun? Is that Nipro? No. Nipro's lost a lot of time. Nipro has lost a lot of time. So is no. I'm not sure what's happened, but Nipro's pitting. So is Koala. So the soft runners deciding that now is the time to pit. I'm not sure what happened to Nitro. Is he having a front wing change? No, he's going to go on to a set hard. So is he going to try to go to the end? Patuka, close to Heavy T, who seems to be really struggling on this set of softs. There's no traction out of the corners. Here comes Patuka. I think this should be an easy move for the race lead. And it's going to be job done for Patuka. Where has Nitro come out? He's come out in a little bit of traffic behind Ivor, with Koala 3.2 seconds behind him. So Ivor could play a big part in Heavy C maybe coming out ahead of Nitro, although Heavy C has absolutely no pace, awful pace. Can we get the 1.7 seconds down on his PB? Patuka picks up a second penalty. So penalties galore here in Mexico. It's very easy to get pens, but these drivers do need to try and keep it to a minimal. But Nick Pro's stuck behind Ivor. He's trying to get him on the DRS straight. Just, you know, easing off, letting Ivor do what he's doing, and they'll try and get him on the straight now. I don't think Ivor's going to defend this. I think he's just going to let it happen. He is. And that is Nick Pro up into P9. Here's Joe and Seismic continuing this battle that we saw earlier. Oh, Joe getting very sideways. Seismic is going to need... yep, Seismic has a DRS. And it's going to get ahead of him. Joe not going to dive down the inside. Going to settle for P7 at the moment. Heavy T staying out still. Oh, nearly been in it. He's got Brett right behind him. He's got no pace as Heavy T. Let's see how far off his delta he is now. 2.4. This is just not good for Heavy T. Needs to pit sooner rather than later. Joe on Seismic. Only 0.2 is the gap. Biding his time though, waiting for the straight. And that's Mercedes in, that's Heavy T. So here is the racing point on the McLaren. I don't think he's going to be able to get this move done just yet. I don't think he'll be close enough. So he brakes late. And around the outside cleanly, wow. Very good from Joe. Koala's got past Ivor. Only 1.9 seconds behind Nitro. So he's actually gaining on the Alfa Romeo driver. And Seismic is actually coming back at Joe. And Seismic gets pushed off a little bit. So much action going on, it's hard to keep up. And Joe runs a bit wide. That's going to allow Seismic to maybe come back at him. They're not quite going to be side by side. Seismic is going to settle for being behind at this stage of the lap. And Sneaky PT is close to Patuka. They're in the stadium section. We'll go back to them in about 20 seconds. But Koala is coming quick on Nitro. And talking about Koala, he gets a 3-second time penalty. Let's go back to Sneaky, because I think he may have a challenge for the lead. So Patuka has a bit more ERS. Nose to tail, the leaders. But not going to be close enough, and Joe and Seismic still going at it like they have been all race. Good run there from Joe. Should allow him back through. And nothing Joe can do. Gets overtaken by Seismic in the second DRS zone, but Seismic misses his apex. And the McLaren gets penalty. Yellows in set 2 is Patuka. Patuka is round. Possibly challenging for a win, but at the moment it's not going to help. Oh, there goes Speedy Iceman as well. Losing the rear end. So these softs clearly going off. More yellows. Is that Ivor? And it is Ivor on the medium tyres backwards. So Iceman, I assume seeing him pit this lap. And Seismic and Joe are still going at it. These two need to really calm down. And Iceman is going to stay out another lap, even after that moment. But Patuka's going to pit now. Has he got damage? I don't know. We'll see if he has a front wing change. But I can't see any damage, so an early pit stop there from Patuka. Where is he going to come out in comparison to Nipro? Well, Nipro's already gone past, so Patuka's lost out massively. Joe still on the back of Seismic. DRS is going to be enabled. And coming into turn 4, Seismic is going to be able to hold on to the position. No, Joe goes clean around the outside. But he goes a bit deep. That's going to allow Seismic to stick right behind him. Let's have a look at Iceman. Is he going to be able to get through here without too many troubles like he had last lap? And it seems alright. Lord Alarm, 5 seconds on penalty for corner cutting. That has to be quite a major corner cut to get 5 seconds. Nipro right on the back of Scott. I think he's going to get held up here. That might allow Koala to catch up a little bit. Yellow's in sector 1 and 2. And it might be Lord Alarm. Here's Koala. Nearly within a second. Oh, sorry. Nipro. Gonna get past Scott cleanly. Yellow's in set 2. Lord Alarm has retired. I don't think there'll be a safety car or anything because we've already had one this race. But now Nipro needs to focus on trying to pull away from Scott and get a bit of a gap before Koala can get past. What is the gap to the leader? Relatively big, small gap actually, so Nipro is in the net race lead. And now Koala being held up by Scott. He needs to get past ASAP. And that's a bit of a corner cut there from Scott. Heavy T on the back on the soft tyres. Let's have a look what tyres everyone is on. So Scott is the only soft runner at this stage in the race. So he needs to make these tyres work. He needs to get past Koala and catch Nipro. And I think Nipro might be trying to go to the end. I don't know if that's going to be possible though. Here comes Koala. And it's going to be a job done for him. Heavy T also going to give it a go. But he can't quite get past yet. He needs to get past now. Has to get past. He's going to. Scott is not going to fight it by the looks of it. And that's job done for Heavy T. He needs to keep charging. Let's see how quickly and effectively Nipro can take the S section. Seems pretty fast from the Alpha driver. Iceman really has fallen off the pace. He says he's on mediums, but he's showing soft, so I'm going to assume he is on mediums. In fact, he's still out on track. Jones has picked after 14 laps on the medium tyres. Let's have a look. Where is Seismic? Because that is who Joe's going to come out near. Oh, and Joe had a 5-second stop go. That could be crucial. And Dion getting passed by Patuka. The the theoretical front three covered by just over 2 seconds, so pretty close race for the lead at the minute. Oh, runs a bit wide there, Heavy T. Heavy T only 4 tenths behind. What's he going to be able to do with DRS? Sorry about that. Heavy T did get past Koala actually. Now only 1.1 seconds behind Nipro. Can you get that gap below a second before the detection point? As everyone gets a penalty there at once. And that gap is still above a second, so no DRS for Heavy T on this lap. But Koala will have DRS. Can he come back at Heavy T? I don't think he'll be close enough. No, he won't. Joe picks up a penalty. He's 3.6 seconds behind Seismic. Here comes Koala up the inside of Heavy T. Cuts the corner, and he's not going to get the position back either, so a double whammy for him. And Giroux is out, so that means that Nipro is going to win the championship. So Nipro is your champion before the race is even finished. And Drew has gone. Where did he retire? I'm not too sure. But anyway, Nipro can celebrate, but he's celebrating like getting an overtake on Iceman, who is out on track and still not pitted. He's taken these tyres a long way. Well, he did pit actually at the end of lap 1, but Katsuki getting past Scott as well. Scott is falling down the order on these hard tyres. I don't know if he's trying to stay out for a set of hards at the end, softs at the end, sorry. Heavy T gonna try and come back at Koala. Koala 6 tenths behind Iceman. There we go, Koala getting the move done. Heavy T not going to be able to get the move done. Is he going to be close enough to get it done in the second DRS straight? He gets a good exit. Wow, very, very good exit. Slingshotting past. Oh, that seems a bit close there between Iceman and Heavy T. But here's Dion running very wide, trying to get a good exit on Scott. Iceman picks up a penalty. Could that come to bite him at the end of the race? It's like 1.6 seconds behind the net leader is Nip Pro. Mr. Sneaky is doing very good on this medium set of tyres. Maybe going to go for a set of softs at the end. And we have some pitters, Iceman and Dion into the pits. And Nipro gets a penalty. Sorry about that. I'm not too sure what's happened while I've been gone momentarily. It doesn't seem like too much has happened. So Nipro, still about 12 seconds off the lead. JTX nearly on the back of Scott. What can he do? And it's raining. It's raining. So an absolute twist to this tail. There is rain here in Mexico. What a shock. So that is very good for these two who've stayed out this whole time. So ever since basically the start of this race. And JTX getting past Scott. Now, how quickly is this downpour going to happen? So here comes Seismic on Scott. Oh, hits back at him. And Scott actually has damage. I can see it there. On the front left end plate. So damage for Scott. And rain here in the last 10 laps. Oh, Scott's going to go round. There goes Scott. That's going to allow Joe past. Oh, it's a shame for Scott. Stayed out this whole time on the hard tyres, but gets spun around by Seismic. But this rain is really going to probably hurt the hard runners who won't be able to keep the temp in their tyres. But Koala's pitting. Is this going to be for his intermediates already? It's not been raining that long, so I don't know if intermediates are going to be the way forward. And it's going to be for a set of intermediates there. You can see the green wall. And no, it's not actually. It's for a set of softs. Heavy T going for the inters though. So what is Koala doing? This has to be a mistake. And yellow's in sector 2. What has happened? Who is spun? It's Ivor. It's not a front runner. Scott coming into the pitch. Will this be for a set of inters? And it will be. So let's have a look at what Koala can do on this fresh set of softs. But the rain is coming down now. It's not time for inters, but these softs, you definitely won't be able to get your money's worth on them. Yeah, these inters are nowhere near ready. So I think this may have just handed the win easily to Nipro. Sorry, not to Nipro, to Mr. Sneaky, if he can stay out and not die and get his tyres to blow up. But here comes Koala on the back of Joe on this fresh set of softs. Can have a lot of pace. And look at how much more grip he's having to lift off to not crash. And now he's unleashed himself. JTX 7 tenths behind Seismic. And all the front runners are into the pits now. Yellow's in sector 3. And it is a lady who's gone off. Koala's going to stay out. Here comes Nipro, who's going to get out ahead of Koala. Everyone in for inters. Everyone. There's going to be a mad dash at the end on the intermediate. It says Yellow's in sector 1. Is this going to be a leader? No, it's going to be one of the back markers. Here's Nipro. Actually, I think it was a leader. It was Bray, who is under pressure now from Nipro Racing. So this for a P2, second step on the podium. Nipro looking but not quite going full force into it. Gonna stay behind him through this middle sector. No overtaking opportunities here. Heavy T going a bit wide. That's going to allow Patuka to be right on the back of him. But Koala staying out and losing time. Oh no, grip. You can see aquaplaning. He's going to lose many a seconds. Oh, he'll be lucky if he can make it back to the pitch without losing a place to Heavy T. There's absolutely no grip on these soft tyres. The rain is coming down. And in fact, Heavy T is getting passed by Patuka, who's very forceful with the move. And Koala is going to make it back to the pits, but he's going to lose out on maybe points in total. It's an absolute bottle there from Patuka. Obviously no DRS now, so it's going to be a lot more difficult to overtake. As you can see from the fact that none of these drivers can get past anyone. Now where's Koala going to come out? Should hopefully be P9. Yep, Scott's not going to be close enough. It's going to be P9 for Koala. And Nipro actually, I haven't even seen that. I don't know how he got past. He was 5 tenths behind when I last saw. And Nipro has 8 laps to catch 14 seconds on Mr. Sneaky, our leader. Not that it matters at the end of the day because Nipro is going to be our champion. So not many battles going on. I think we might have a boring end to this race, unfortunately. After a safety car madness at the start and some incredible battling between many cars. I think we might have an anti-climb at the end to this race. Yeah, in sector 2 is Iceman. Where is he crashed? On the exit, he's got no front wing. Joe, 6/10 off. Nick Pro getting another penalty. Just a few times he's popped up now. More yellows. It's Iceman, he's retired. Ooh, Joe gets pretty loose through there. I'm not sure what else these guys will be running, but yeah, I think this might be the end of the battling in this race. Joe 6/10 off now. Oh, but Joe, I think he just picked up a penalty. I wasn't looking. So 7 laps left. Wide. Joe's done that a lot when he was battling Seismic as well. He was running wide there a lot. Still 6/10 behind, so this gap staying neutral. On straight with the slipstream. Hopefully, he'll be able to get close and go for a move. Here he comes. He's gaining, but he's not gaining fast. He's going to have to be late on the brakes. He is not late enough. Very close. The slipstream is going to pull him forward, but I still don't think it's going to be close enough. No move yet. Still 6/10 behind. Oh, it's really close. Still no move, but Jarvis going to manage to get side by side. What is JTX going to be able to do? And of course, gives us a horrible camera angle. They're still giving us horrible camera angle. Still giving us horrible camera angle. But Jai manages to get the move. There we go, spell. And I don't think JTX is going to have anything to respond with. Oh, wiggly there from JTX. Heavy T picking up penalties in P5 at the minute. The 2 car is in P4 for AP3. Nick Pro P2 gaining, but not going to be gaining enough to win today. He's going to go to Mr. Sneaky, who. So where did he start? He started P3, so good race for him. Prix though, up 8 positions. Scott going to be starting last. He's going to be able to get a point, which is incredible from starting last. So the 2 stop has reigned supreme, and Joe has done incredible on a 4 stop. But I think some of those were under safety car. So let's have a look. We haven't really paid much attention to Sneaky the last half of this race because really no one's been able to challenge him at all. He's just run away with this. No contest. But Sneaky dominant drive. No real battles on track. Still JTX kind of clinging on to Joe, but not nearly enough to come back at him. Can't quite get that gap under a second. Nick tried to got that gap to Sneaky to under 10 seconds, but bar a mistake. This is Sneaky's race. Very pick up a penalty, that could be a little bit crucial come the end of this race in just a few minutes time. So, start the penultimate lap for Sneaky. Seismic's actually might have a go at Heavy T come the end of this race. He's gaining a little bit. The gap 1.1. I mean, it's the closest thing we got to a battle. So we'll see if it unfolds into anything. It's under a second now, so potentially Seismic could be on for a top 5. Nipro's brought that gap down to 7.5, so maybe another 5 or so laps and we could have had a battle for the lead. First final lap now for our race leader Sneaky, who's going to come home easy for P1. Good strategy at the end of the day prevails. In the slipstream is seismic, but it's not going to be enough. Six tenths, 5 tenths, he's gaining 4 tenths. It's not going to be enough. That was the last real overtaking opportunity he had, and it's gone by. So we'll go on board with Sneaky in the stadium virtual for the final time. You see the confetti going off in this damp and drizzly Mexico Grand Prix. And it's going to be Sneaky to cross the line first and win the Mexican Grand Prix. But it's going to be Nitro Racing who's going to win the ILR6 Championship. Brilliant from him. Giroux missing out at the end of the season. Still 4 races to go. So let's hope we can hang on for P2 in the championship. It's going to be Bray in P3. Yellows, as there's been some contact or a spin for Dion. It's Patuka, comes across line of P4. Heavy T. It's going to just pip Seismic to P5. But what a penalty he's going to have to say about it. No. And Seismic P7. And JTX jumps to P6. Koala P9. And it's going to round out the points finishers. He picks up a time penalty. But I don't think that's going to affect the results at the end of the day. And it's not. So a lady gonna not cross the line. I don't know what he's doing. Just waiting for Dion. And these two are gonna, I don't know what they're doing, but they could just cross the line. And they do. So that is the Mexican Grand Prix. We have a champion in ILR6. So there's the podium. Some interesting flags there. Portuguese, Dutch, and I believe that's the Malta flag. And there's the champagne getting sprayed about. Lot of celebrations today, but until next season, the championship is decided. And this has been the Mexican Grand Prix. I'll run for the grid, and then it's time to finish. So, Sneaky wins without a penalty as well. Very good. Nitpro gets P2, Bray in P3, Patuka P4, Heavy T P5, JTX P6, Joe 7th, Seismic 8, Koala 9th, Scott rounds out the top 10, and then outside the points we have a lady, Dion, Ivor, and then our DNFs are Speed Iceman, Giroux, Lordalam, and Sipyi. So that has been it for the Mexican Grand Prix. Join us next time where we will be at the Circuit of the Americas in Texas. So thank you everyone for watching.